Now one of Real Whitby's most serious allegations, that former Scarborough Mayor Peter Jaconelli, seen here with good friend Jimmy Savile, was a child abuser.
Councillor Jaconelli, what is sort of carry-on is this for a future Lord Mayor of Scarborough?
He was a paedophile. He was well known to local people and the police for this, and that he was protected because of his status as a very wealthy and influential businessman, a mayor and a very successful and local councillor.
True? We contacted some of Real Whitby's witnesses. We began with Trevor Harrington and caught up with him in Australia. He was 11 when he says Jaconelli assaulted him in his van.
Once you finish work on a night time, Peter used to take us home in his van. And I wasn't the only one, there's quite a few of us. And I'll give you the tip, nobody wanted to sit in the front. That is definitely, everybody tried to get in the back, but there was that many. Somebody had to sit in the front. And they knew when you sit in the front, Jaconelli's hands are wandering. One hand's on the wheel and the other hand's playing with you, or trying to. And it didn't matter when you told him to off or off, leave it alone. He just laughed it off. It was a joke. It's just a joke to him. You knew it was going to happen. So yeah, everybody's aware of it. It's going to happen. So there's a feeling of trepidation, and I feel that. I can still feel that. I can see his face.
He featured in his ice cream shop on Jim'll Fix It in 1976.
You are a lovely girl, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now hold it steady. Now watch. See? Looks easy, doesn't it?
He even held the world oyster eating record.
Peter's going at it very well, Peter's going at it very fast. There are the oysters, they're gradually disappearing fast.
After Real Whitby published, more alleged victims of Jaconelli came forward.
It was back in 1972 or 73, I was 12 or 13 at the time. I was walking along the seafront at Scarborough South Bay, and he called me over. He said, you want a Saturday job? So I went upstairs and sat down. He turned up a few minutes later, sat next to me, put his hand on my inner thigh and said, let's see what we can do now. Well, with that, I just got up and ran away.
This man was 15 in 1968 when he claims Jaconelli propositioned him outside his ice cream parlour.
He came over and started talking to me, made conversation. And he asked me when I was going to go upstairs and show him my... I told my parents, and my father took me to the police station the next day or the day after. And we gave a statement. And after I'd told the police officer what had happened, he said that he believed what I'd told him. He was aware of similar stories, but that Peter Jaconelli, Councillor Jaconelli, was a town councillor, a county councillor, I think. He ran a judo club, he was a businessman, and he was a pillar of Scarborough society, effectively. That was the impression I drew from it. And that was the end of it.
What did you make of that?
To think that he would do that and know that he could get away with it, it's just amazing.
Peter Jaconelli died in 1999. He's still listed as an honorary alderman of Scarborough. This is a dead man who can't defend himself, and you've made one of the most serious allegations possible, and you want his alderman status removed. Are you comfortable with that?
Of course it's true that he can't defend himself, but neither can he be censured, neither can he be punished, neither can he go to jail. It's very clear that there is reason enough to believe that this is not a fitting figure to carry the status of alderman.
We've spoken to 5 witnesses, from the 13-year-old boy who was assaulted in a gents' loo in 1951 to a 15-year-old who was grabbed from behind whilst trying to collect cash. They are all credible. But we've seen no compelling evidence of an organised cover-up or a paedophile ring operating here in Scarborough, as Real Whitby claims. The Borough Council says it's passed on allegations of abuse to North Yorkshire Police. So why have none of his alleged victims been interviewed? Refusal Number 8. The police declined to speak on camera. In a statement, they said the force and the Independent Police Complaints Commission had reviewed its handling of Real Whitby's claims. No further action was required. It will consider any allegations raised in this programme or elsewhere. So, still no reason why the alleged victims say they haven't been interviewed. We also asked Peter Jaconelli's relatives to be interviewed. Refusal number 9. In their statement, they said there wasn't one occasion where they'd heard complaints or been shown factual evidence regarding the allegations. They would condemn unreservedly improper or criminal acts Peter Jaconelli may have committed, but judgment must be based on clear and sound evidence. The Real Whitby postings do not satisfy these criteria.